Good evening, traders. It's Wednesday, November 12th. Taking a look at the markets, equities traded a little bit mixed this morning. We have the Russell down 0.25%, the S&P 500 up a little bit. Overall, kind of a pause day. Let's take a look at the. If we look at the market, we've had a pretty big sell-off over the past couple of weeks, and it's rebounded, and now it's trying to digest where it's going to go through here. Now, if we look at the 10-minute chart and just zoom back a little bit, you can see here there's a lot of volume that traded through this area. Now, these gray bars in the background are called volume by price. It's how much volume traded at that price level. So obviously, there's a lot of volume through here to get through, and that's where the market is struggling to try to break through this resistance area before it starts to expand higher. Now, the market might want to shake things up a bit more, maybe pull back, maybe it puts in a bounce, could put in a head and shoulders formation and sell off and flush down. There's a lot of scenarios. It could also get traction and continue to extend and push higher to all-time highs, which is the type of price action we've been seeing a lot over the past year and a half, where you think it's going to run out of steam and it just keeps on going higher. So overall, today the excitement really was in the precious metal space. We saw gold move up over 2%. So nice big move there. We have silver up 5% this morning, catching a lot of attention. Pretty much all the emails and questions today are all based around precious metals. Everybody wants to know when they can get in, how high are they going, just anything precious metals related. And so that's a little bit of a fear that we've kind of jumped from, as we've talked about back over here, we went from this FOMO phase where we hit targets on the gold and the precious metal space back over here. And then we went into this little blow off phase where everybody had to get in if they weren't in precious metals. And then over here, people were questioning, I don't know if I want to be in. And then suddenly right over here, now they all want back in again. And so this is I believe we could see the markets, gold and silver, maybe gap higher tomorrow. Simply this excitement from today is going to carry over. People who come home from work and, in different time zones, they see this move. And then, of course, they're going to place their orders for the next day. And so we could see the market open higher tomorrow, and it could sell off and put in a little bit of a bearish tone. We'll have to see how this plays out. Now, gold doesn't quite have quite as bullish of a chart. It's not trading right up at the highs yet. But overall, I believe we're going to see, in a perfect world, we see gold and silver run up and they consolidate. They build a launch pad and then start that next big move up. And you could argue it could be a little cup and handle pattern. It could just be a bull flag pattern where we can put a Fibonacci target on it. Either way, it looks like they're heading higher. They've shifted their trend, but I do think it's not going to be a straight ride straight up. I think people are expecting this type of price action again. And I don't think it's going to be there just yet. It might take its sweet time. It could take weeks or months for it to actually break out and hold a breakout. But overall, it is exciting to see this move higher. I want to see gold, and silver have big moves simply because I own physical metals and we benefit from it. And our band strategy is long gold as well. The other big mover today was crude oil, down just over 4%. So it had a pretty big sell-off. You look at the 10-minute chart, you can see the huge volume and the big drop there. So definitely the wind out of its sails in the energy space. Carried over to XLE, which is the energy sector ETF, which had a really nice rally recently, but has fizzled out. Looks like it's put in a bit of a reversal. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that fizzle down. Be interesting to see what OIH has done here. It took quite a haircut as well today, pulling back. Anything in the energy space, oil space, definitely took a bit of a haircut with that big drop in oil. Now, if we take a quick look over at platinum and palladium, we see them, looks like they've trying to find a bottom and they're starting to move higher for platinum. And if we look over at palladium, up 2% as well. Again, starting to push the upper envelope here and trying to figure out if it is going to move higher and break and extend up. Now, other than that, that's kind of it for the markets. There's not a whole lot of action going on. We're really just, the big question where we are right now is this recent recovery, this move up, is it a bounce before going lower? Or is it, the start of a rally and this eventually goes to all-time highs again? Now, obviously looking back on the chart, the odds are pointing to we're going to hit all-time highs in the markets probably in a few days or a couple of weeks. We might get it back into something a little more more like this, where maybe it's going to grind out for a bit and squeeze and then eventually have that pop and extend higher. We could see that same type of thing. But again, we just have to let the market, let the long-term trend, which is up, we're in this bullish environment on the weekly chart, and our shorter-term trend with our ACS strategy continue to just play out. If we're in position with the long-term and short-term trend, we don't have to guess what it's doing. The odds are it's going to keep moving in the direction of those trends, and we just have to let the market unfold. Let everybody else panic. Eventually, one of these pullbacks will be a reversal, but it's like that for every pullback. You just never know which one it's going to be. The odds are it's going higher, and the best thing to do is to stick with the odds. And so that's where we're at. Anyways, that's it for now. Take care. Bye-bye.